Hi, this is Sebastian from Quant Capital.
Hi, this is Joe from Maxwell. Welcome to the 5-Minute FinTechs.
Abundance is an online investment platform that lets ordinary people put their money into a range of socially useful infrastructure projects in the UK from as little as a fiver. Our aim is to make our investors wealthier, but without compromising their social values. I joined Abundance when it was very young. We'd just been through the regulatory phase. I joined a very small tech team. In fact, it was a tech team of two. From there, I progressed into a CTO role, and that's where I am now after 6 years. First and foremost, stand your ground. You're there for a reason. You've either been appointed or hired for your expertise and your experience, even though you may not know you have it yet. You've got to think about a CTO as being a negotiator. You're negotiating the needs of the business with the realities of the technology that delivers it. So in a negotiation, there's no such thing as a hard no. There's always more than one way of going about something. So be prepared to flex and be prepared to be creative about the ways in which you approach the needs of the business. Our investors have backed a range of projects, everything from a solar park in Swindon, supported by the local authority, to a whisky distillery up in Scotland, with the support of the Scottish Government, who are looking to produce biofuels from whisky residues. We're currently raising money for a large listed tidal energy company to expand their portfolio in the UK. Many of the projects we've done to date have been focused on renewable energy and clean electricity. We're looking to expand out into other sectors. We are currently working on a social housing bond and also in quite in-depth conversations about community broadband, about electric vehicle charging points, and it won't be too much longer before we think about funding a hospital. Abundance is still very small. We have about 16 people in the business, 4 of whom are involved in technology. The culture we're driving at is one of high trust, of transparency. We're very keen on frameworks, just enough process, just enough documentation. And ultimately, we're not only passionate about our cause to make money a force for the greater good, but also about technology. And we combine that with a pragmatism which is required to operate in a regulated environment. So we are both playful and pragmatic. We like to stay on the bleeding edge where possible. We leverage cloud technologies quite heavily. We're heavily invested in AWS as a provider. We use Java in the back end. We use JavaScript, a mix of Angular and Elm in the front end. But ultimately, we're focused on using the right tools for the job. And that can change on a weekly, monthly basis. Even in cloud, Abundance was born in the cloud, but we've seen an enormous pace of change since we've been founded. MiFID II will impact the business from a product governance point of view, and the big one really is GDPR coming into force in May. So we see GDPR as ultimately a very good thing because it encourages organisations to think about their data as a first-class citizen, really, to know where their data is, to think about accountability, to think about process, and ultimately it's about culture. It's about security by design, so it encourages you to develop secure working practices early, to develop secure developer processes early, and ultimately it's about taking responsibility across the business for things that are important, and there's nothing more important than our customers' data. To date, we've taken funding in a series of rounds from business angels and small institutional investors. Going forward, we're actually looking to conduct a retail raise from our customers so that our customers can join us in the next step of our journey.